together?
I've been unconsciously putting this ring on every time we record.
I have a ring too. I miss it. That's a wonderful ring. I've told you about it. It's great. I love that ring. Oh, Andrew, I wish I had a little ring to put on my finger. Me when I'm
dating, wanting to
yeah. I was gonna say, me when I'm fishing to get a husband.
Would you wear a
Oh, interesting.
Would you wear a metal band? I know a lot of friends of mine talking about how they don't want a metal wedding band.
What do you mean? Why?
Like they want those rubber ones.
Why? What's the point? I don't know about that. Is that like an Instagram?
Well, it's just more comfortable.
I didn't know that.
No, I'm asking you.
I would probably opt for a metal.
Okay, listen. I'm crossing my leg. You get married today.
Yeah.
What kind of wedding band would you want?
I would think I would want an untraditional one. You know what? I don't. Okay, here's the thing. You know what? This is an interesting place to start. Weddings. I really do think so. Weddings are such a Valentine's Day is coming up in the not too distant future.
I hear the wedding music.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's coming from the roof. It must be the squirrels again. They've brought out their instruments. Their tiny instruments.
Here to unite the husband and wife.
I think I hear that too.
Oh, there must be a ceremony.
Yes.
The squirrel ceremony.
They've known each other for all of 2 weeks, and they decided to get married.
Well, yeah, squirrels' life expectancies are probably less, so 2 weeks is probably more like, maybe a year or something. I don't know.
Wait a minute. This is a squirrel wedding?
It's on the roof.
Oh, of course it is. Sorry, I'm hearing now.
Weren't you doing the squirrel sermon, or what is it called?
We've never had a more confusing.
I'm weirdly content with just staying right here for the next hour. I don't really care. I'm not interested in this whole serious conversation thing that we've tried a couple times.
After our last episode, when we started talking about crying,
we got to make up for lost time. Anyway, the squirrel wedding that's not happening up on your roof.
Yeah. Well,
that you were
that we know
officiating.
Of. Yes,
you're right,
dude. We could go up on the roof right now. Okay, let's take the podcast on the roof. We take all the equipment on the roof. We want to get a mobile setup though. Oh, can you imagine road podcast? Oh, how fun would that be? A podcast in the forest.
I got a new battery in my car yesterday, everybody.
Oh, isn't that a big deal? Come on, everyone. Andrew got a new battery in his car.
So, well, just people just being just so exhausted by this. Just this guy winding up in these directions that no one's looking forward to him going down.
Okay. So AAA came over.
Yesterday, God, I hate this. This is
okay.
This is. Listen, I'm not.
Okay, guys. Warning. We're kind of random. Okay, me and my friends were kind of weird. When we get together, it is like so random.
Guess what happened yesterday?
What?
I went to park my car in the parking garage.
Oh, you're really gonna go through with this?
And
oh, God.
I was sitting there in my car, and I turned off the engine. But I had it kind of on.
Can I pay you to stop?
You know, and it's kind
I'll take out like my Venmo right now.
You know, and it's kind of on, but it's not totally on.
Oh, yeah.
The engine stops.
Oh, geez. You know what,
the lights are on?
Yeah, I think we should probably...
So here's the thing.
Okay.
So I was basically in my car, and it was like that.
Okay.
I was listening to music.
Yeah.
And so I'm listening to music.
And...
is this what I don't know. I'm going to make it a morning routine to just listen to a random podcast. I'm going to throw a dart on a podcast map and just listen to it. And I'm just curious because I could be wrong.
I don't know
just
about
feel
that.
like people like these conversations, though. Right?
There's something really nice about. One time I got hired at a wedding DJ company. And I went in and I there was the interview it was at a hotel and there were like 25 people there. And they were all really, really, really well qualified. Very cool looking people, right? They got up and they were like...
That's right. You're a wedding DJ. You said that you were going to bring that up.
I was a wedding DJ, and I have DJ'd so many weddings, and it's a funny little side of my life and existence because the company that I worked for, I don't think they would ever take a wedding that was under $50,000.
Oh, wow.
So they only did really, really expensive weddings. So I was this wedding DJ, and it was so crazy because Andrew, think about this. Okay. Me would be the only one in charge. These like massive $150,000 ceremonies as like the MC and wedding DJ. Now, granted, sometimes there was another person with me and that always helped, but it was crazy, man, having to run the dance floor and like sort of in a way officiate these like sometimes $200,000 weddings. It was really, really insane. And it's actually something that I really, really enjoyed because I know this sounds like maybe a little side tangent that maybe people wouldn't be severely interested in, but there is something really interesting to it. When you're a DJ and you're like when you have like a dance floor in front of you, it is just like this pure weird communication of reading the energy constantly, reading the energy of what people are into, what they respond to. Like it is just such a strange thing. And people are coming up to you and they're screaming all these demands and wanting you to play weird things and you're having to appease that. It was a wild, wild time. I mean, the stories that I have from that.
You've never, ever, ever told me really about your wedding DJing days. Really, you've brought it up a couple times.
They were really, really, really interesting. Oh, one time, this guy, the father of the bride, had a heart attack while she was getting like the cheeky little like lap dance thing, not the lap dance thing, but the cute little like everyone's watching. Jesus. And the father was so cool because they came up to me from the side and they said like, "Don't stop anything. We'll take care of this. We don't want to ruin this day for her."
Whoa!
And it was the sweetest thing ever. But
is the guy okay?
He's okay. He was okay. No, he was okay, but they did have to stop, and it was like a really sweet thing, and we took about an hour, and then we got back to the wedding, and it was actually a really, really nice wedding. But he was okay. He was like, it was like a minor heart attack, but he was all right. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, the memories from that. One time in Sedona, which is this sort of witch community in Arizona, I was DJing this really, really strange wedding in what I can only describe as an old castle. Oh, little castle music comes in. You know what? I don't want to go down that wormhole. There's something nice about keeping that in this strange place in my head. The many memories that I have with cougars who were very disappointed to find out that I was very, very gay at that time. And still, I'm still gay. Can I stop talking?
I bet wedding DJs are just always getting hit on by people. A bunch of drunk people at a wedding who are already in dance mode.
Yeah.
They have no inhibition. And they just saw somebody that they know get married. That's the whole thing, right? The wedding crashers ideology is that people who go to weddings are like, I want this, and I don't have this. Let me look around immediately and try to find it for myself. Is that what's happening? Have you experienced that as a wedding DJ?
Yeah.
You understand that is a real thing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you ever see yourself having a big wedding? I would love to. I actually think that weddings are a really, really interesting thing because obviously here in America especially, and a lot of cultures, weddings are a huge, huge, huge deal. So surely, I know I have an opinion about this. What do you think of the idea of a wedding?
Ooh, fun topic where Garrett goes, I have an opinion about this. Now you tell me yours before I tell you mine. Interesting. Yeah, because you're like concealing this.
Well,
you know how when you're having a conversation with somebody and you basically kind of weirdly, even if you don't see eye to eye on something, not that this is some sort of contentious debate about weddings, it's not. But when you're talking about a topic with somebody, you kind of find a way to meet in the middle as you're expressing your point of view back and forth.
Sure.
This situation, it's almost like I have to go into this not knowing anything about what you think, and then I lay all of my opinions out there.
Well, Andrew,
and then you.
Yeah. So Andrew, we've never discussed weddings ever in our entire friendship. I don't think we've ever even said any word that started with a W to each other. Weird. We both realized, yes, we haven't. No, we've never talked about that.
This is one of those, as you get older. Another one. No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
I'm wondering where you're going.
You just have to be patient with me as I find this thought here buried in this. But it feels like as you get older, you kind of lose perspective of who you are in terms of what you feel about certain things because there's so much around you all the time. It's just like throwing you off. It's like shaking you around. And then every once in a while you go, oh my gosh, I've never thought about what I think about this thing. And like, I haven't done that in like 10 years.
What a beautiful thing that you just said, dude.
Was it because it sounded like I was just rambling?
No. That's not a ramble at all. I think that taps into something really, really, really specific. And for the record, we're trying to get trying to stay sometimes relatively tethered. I will remember the weddings thing because I actually think weddings are really interesting. But
tetherball is very fun.
Oh, I've never.
You have a backyard now that we could really put a tetherball.
We're playing tetherball.
I did find when I was playing it in elementary school that it would hurt the outside of your palm.
Oh, Andrew, I was putting some orange peels in my trash can the other day. Guess what happened? The lid came down and it hit my little wrist.
Ooh, not on the bone though.
No, right on the bone. It was so red. Oh, Andrew, you can still see a mark.
I wonder what qualifies someone as having carpal tunnel. It's not like is that a long-term thing or is that a circumstantial thing?
What's carpal tunnel syndrome?
That's when your wrist hurts, when you do something in a certain way.
Yes, when you do something repetitively. Like me eating snacks.
No. Sorry. I don't know what carpal tunnel is.
No. Sorry, we're not, sorry. Sorry for anyone who has carpal tunnel. What are we doing?
No, I was genuinely wondering. Like, I don't know.
Listen, I would like to say something about what you said earlier. Also, what is happening with us right now? Is there a gas leak inside of this place right now? And we're just like, what is happening?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I feel totally normal. And as long as there's no hairs on my microphone, I'll be fine.
Andrew, you plucked some hair off my microphone before we got started. Hair is crazy.
Drove me up the wall.
You know when you find one of those hairs on your head? Like, dude, sometimes I find a piece of hair that's like growing out of my forehead and it's like long. No, and I'm just like, how did that get there? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where you just catch a rogue hair that you're like, where did you come from?
Yeah, that's just when you're getting your hair cut. The hair kind of got buried somewhere. It kind of hid itself underneath all the other hair. And then when this sucks. This actually sucks. I realized about 4 words into that, this is the worst thing that's ever
As we're
happened.
saying this. No, it's awful, Andrew. It's awful. There's no coming back from that. But, you know, they're listening. They're listening.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Don't say you're sorry unless you do something wrong. Oh, my God. Oh, one time I threw my backpack at this girl in grade school. But, you know, she threw a book at me. It was a whole thing, but it was fine. We were friends. It was fine.
You were friends and the backpack was empty.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it was fine. It was a very innocent thing. You know, a teacher kind of snapped at us and it was like, oh, we're just having fun. And we were.
Where'd you throw the backpack?
At her legs.
Oh, great. If you're friends,
She hit me in the shoulder.
the worst advice podcast ever. Chewing gum. If you're friends and the backpack was empty and you threw it below the waist, it's fine.
I wonder what she's doing nowadays. She's like talking
recovering from her horrific backpack throw.
The doctor,
injury.
it looks like an empty backpack collided with your, and she goes, my hip. Is that what you're referring to? There was this boy, you see. It was friendly, but no, it was fine. Oh my gosh, everyone stop freaking out.
So the guy at the wedding is fine. Your friend is fine.
Which guy at the wedding? Oh, the one who had a heart attack.
You're throwing out a lot of stuff that's just might be making some people uneasy. They're hoping that all of these characters that you've,
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just making sure we
Yes.
button up all these stories.
Button up all these scary stories. Okay.
I want everybody to be able to sleep tonight. So we was at the Sweet Boys podcast. We're all about getting good sleep. And also, I read a comment on the last video where someone said you guys need to have a hydration reminder, and I just want to throw it out right now, real quick. H2O alarm.
Oh, what does that sound like?
I think it's going to be like a regular alarm with some type of a, aquatic undertone.
Like a waterfall. Like it's a normal alarm, then we kind of add like a nice waterfall.
It's
sound
like
in the
it
background.
is the water jug sound that you just made.
Oh,
But like with an alarm. I'll design it. I'll spend some time and really make sure people know what it is. But yes, anyway, so if you were thinking, oh wow, I actually only had a little cup of water earlier. I only had coffee today. Just go ahead, pause if you want.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about the.
Oh yeah, and I ain't talking about you were gonna say like cat paws or something fun like that. It was so funny. I went to take a glass. I went to drink a glass of water last night. It was super late. I woke up at like 5 a.m. or something, and I went and I got this glass out of my sink and I put water in it and I drank it. And the glass I didn't realize was full of soap. Like I had set it in the dishwasher or in the sink, and it was like full of soap. There were some coffee stains at the bottom. So I just basically drank like pure dish soap.
Well,
and I went and I kind of did like a comedic spit take of like, and I went, this sucks.
I'm going to respond to that.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to put a bookmark in that, and then
Okay.
we're going to go back to the wedding thing that everybody's holding their breath for. I was going to say,
Yeah.
Garrett got me for Christmas a bunch of acrylic paint.
Oh yes.
And that was his way of basically being like, hey, now you have to paint something. Because I mentioned, I don't know which episode, that I maybe wanted to work on some abstract painting just for a fun mental, exercise. So he got me the paint, and I went and got the canvases because I was halfway there. And the paint was just staring at me, and it was saying, "Use me, I'm Garrett." And I was like, "Whoa, weird horror element to the sound of paint that I wasn't aware of." And then I went and got the canvases, and it said, "Thank you." And I was like, "Oh, shoot!" It just wanted me to pay attention to the paint. Okay. So then I started using it, and it was very happy. It was laughing. Weird angle.
This is wild. This is a roller coaster.
And then I started painting, which was actually really fun. Perhaps I'll throw an image of one of my pieces on the screen. YouTube.com/sweetboys for anybody who wants to see it. If not, no big deal. It kind of just looks like a mess. But to me,
I don't think it looks like a mess.
here's the thing. Point is, I had a mug full of watery paint water.
Paint water.
Because I was cleaning the brushes.
Yeah.
And I also, right next to that mug, had my coffee.
Yeah.
And
Oh no.
very close to drinking it.
Oh. So something almost happened, but then it didn't happen, and you're completely fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really happy for you.
Can you imagine if I did it? Can you imagine if I drank the paint water?
Yeah, you kind of tepidly would have drank it and gone like, oh, oops.
It would have been disgusting. Oh, drink paint.
Trying to make it so sensational. Be you. Everyone. Anyone, please. No, okay, listen, you said we'd bookmark that. And Andrew, Andrew, so this is actually.
I said we bookmark it, and he's going down the rabbit hole.
No, I'm not. No, I'm getting right. Well, first of all, I'd like to say it's really cool that Andrew's painting and giving painting time. And he said that it's been a really cathartic, fun, beautiful thing. So good for you, Andrew, for actually following through with the thing that you said that you wanted to do, because we only define things like that we want to do. I think.
I said I was going to bookmark it. That was going to be the whole point of picking it back up and talking about it.
Oh, get out of town. We're not in that mood. It's not a serious time.
Okay, then no bookmarking then. We'll just sit here and talk about the paint more. All right, since we're here talking about it.
I want you to say whatever you wanted to say.
All I was going to say about the paint, what I was going to pick up about the paint.
Okay.
Was such a mess. People are getting so nauseous. They're just like,
yeah. This is like the equivalent of people being in an elevator and they think it's going up and then it free falls.
Dude, Tower of Terror. Never again.
Dude, Tower of Terror is so spooky and creepy. I was one of the first people to ever ride on Tower of Terror in Florida when it first opened in like 1996.
Dude,
seriously.
The idea of going on Tower of Terror, it just provokes the most.
When the things open up and you look over the whole theme park and then you know you're doomed.
That feeling, that acute feeling of, it's more the confusion.
Cute feeling sounds like me when I look at Jeremy.
Cute feeling? You mean a feeling because he's cute, not a cute feeling?
Well, you said a cute feeling and
really, really hard to understand.
I just thought it'd be fun.
The character's getting more and more delusional as time goes on. He's losing touch with
more and more delusional as time goes on. Sounds like my friend Frederick.
I don't know. Why would I care? I don't know who this person is. It's not an inside joke.
Sounds like my friend Frederick after a couple Cosmos.
What the heck is a Cosmo?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Tower of Terror.
But anyway, the Tower of Terror situation, it's bizarre that a corporation has hijacked the human fight or flight response and somehow figured out a way to give you this very bizarre, acute feeling of falling to your demise over and over again, and then put it underneath this promotional idea of it being fun. I think that's a really interesting thing.
Well, roller coasters and things like that, they're quite literally death simulations. That's not a funny, they're like that. They are. And they are meant to make you think, I'm about to die.
That's the whole thing. I think it's the...
it's crazy.
I think it's the, what you call it, anybody who's got a higher degree of education than me, which wouldn't be difficult to attain because I only got a bachelor's degree, can in the comments correct me if I am wrong. But I think it's the sympathetic nervous system being overly stimulated by the feeling of free falling over and over and over again. And what's funny about that is I bet if you do it enough, your whole fear response is probably off. You could be in the woods, a bear could be coming at you, you wouldn't even know it because I don't know. That's more of a theory.
Interesting.
I'm just saying you mess with, your body's, response mechanisms. After a while, it's going to be like, okay, Boyle cried wolf.
Did I tell you that I've been thinking about getting rabbit?
Go ahead.
My friend Crispy has one. The most wonderful little rabbit you've ever seen in your life.
Can you imagine eating Krispy Kreme donuts with a rabbit named Crispy?
Dude! That is so nice to think about.
Listen, to anybody out there who's worried about what the rabbit's diet should be, listen, we're talking about like a little bit of a Krispy Kreme.
You know what?
Here.
That's people have gotten on me in the past because in the past I have, I've made little tweets and stuff of me feeding a rat a French fry, little stuff like that, right? And people go, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. Oh, come on. You can't give a creature a treat from time to time.
Yeah, I don't want to speak on this because I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's just
I don't even want to go there, honestly.
I sometimes think that sometimes animals deserve a little treat. Obviously, animals should be fed a healthy diet just like humans should, right? But yeah, I think sometimes giving an animal a little piece of apple pie is fine. I know.
Now, well, hold on a second. There are certain things for certain animals that you just should not give them.
Yes, for instance.
So in defense of anybody giving you giving you any trouble about the fry rat situation.
Yeah.
Is starch or something one of those things for the rats?
Listen, I would never do that. Whenever I feed a critter something, I always Google before I do it what can and can't they eat. So, for instance, I did make the mistake of feeding peanut butter to a rat once, and someone said, "Oh, you can't do that because it kind of clogs up. If they eat enough of it, it can kind of clog up there, whatever." And so
Now
I said,
I gotta ask you again: is the rat okay?
"Oh yeah, no, he's fine."
How do you know?
Oh, because I saw him several times after. He was great. He's actually probably still lives in the backyard right here where we are our podcast.
The reason why you can't give a rat peanut butter is because it like opens up this part of their brain that's like aggressively interested in it all the time. It's like banging at your door. Give me the PB.
Yo, I need the peanut butter. Come on, dude. Hey, none of that crunchy shit, okay? Hey, give me the good stuff. Hey, none of that natural crap, okay? I want the sugar in there. Are you there? Are you awake?
What is the correct thing to feed a rat? Like, what is, in all seriousness, we want to be promoting good ideas. We want animal health to be at the top of. I'm serious. This isn't a joke.
This is an animal health podcast now.
No, I'm dead serious. You're. Who knows? I'm not gonna take responsibility for you going around feeding animals. God knows what. Listen, all I'm saying is, what is. If somebody comes across a rat and they want to feed it, and that's okay. I don't know what isn't okay. What do you feed the rat that is perfect?
I can't believe you're asking me this because I made a whole video about this. In fact, I went and visited my friends Chris Melberger and Shan Dodd, or Shan Dude, on social media. And
yes,
she
sent us pins.
But you haven't given me my pins yet. Shan, if you're watching this, Andrew hasn't given me my pins yet. Andrew hasn't given me my pins yet. He hasn't given me my pins yet. He's probably keeping them for himself. Selfish boy.
I told you about him, and you haven't taken the initiative to say, hey, give me the pins. I want to pin it on some clothes.
I'm pinning this on you. Jeez.
I really feel like unplugging everything.
I want to kick over the cameras. Oh,
thanks, Shan, for the pins.
Rats can eat seeds and things like that. But my only just to listen to delicately wrap up the animal stuff, I occasionally sometimes treat an animal, but before I do it, I'll read what they can and can't eat. But yes, I love feeding critters. Sometimes things that are nice. A little bit.
Okay, yeah. I'm just making sure you like feeding critters things that are nice, that are slightly outside of their day-to-day diet, but are still okay for them.
Yes. In fact, I made a whole Thanksgiving dinner for these little raccoons. It's a whole thing. Garrett Watts. Remember Handshakes?
Oh
yeah. Oh, I remember I said that I would probably say this on the podcast, and I just thought too. So the whole thing right now with everything going on about like the idea of physical things ending, like handshakes and hugs and sort of like formal things, right? And I told Andrew that I think the last person that I hugged before the pandemic was David Dobrik. Which is like a funny thing. It's just a funny thing. I saw him at the Star Wars premiere, and
I remember when you were at the Star Wars premiere.
Yeah, I went to the Rise of Skywalker premiere, and I turned around and he was like right there. And my instincts, because I had been to like a couple of his parties and stuff back in the day, and I was just like, "Yo, David, what's up?" and went in for a hug, and he like hugged me back, and I could feel in that moment that he probably didn't know who I was.
I don't know if that's true.
No, it's probably not true, but I had been to a couple of his like parties and stuff, but we had never really had that much of a conversation. Like
his parties.
Well, yeah, like Zane would usually invite me, but it would be at this house that they used to live in ages ago.
Right.
And no, it's just really funny.
Well, that's first of all, it wouldn't be a David Dobrik party. You're talking about a Zane Hijazi party.
I could never really tell because they all sort of like pseudo live together, and I couldn't back in the day. By the way, if anyone's like, no, this is who lives with who. No, I'm talking like 2015, 16, 17.
But David Dobrik did not live at that house.
I had no idea.
I'm 95% sure.
All I knew was that they were always kind of in the same place, and the parties were really fun and silly and crazy, and God bless. I can't wait to get back to
Welcome back to Vlog Squad Central Podcast.
We're not. No, the Vlog Squad people, they're all freaking sweeties, man. I've had nothing but wonderful experiences with every one of those people. But Andrew used to live with Carly and Erin. How fun is that? That is so fun. Sometimes I forget that, and then I go, whoa. Do you forget that sometimes?
Yeah, I did used to live with both of them, and they now just independently bought houses.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
No, that's right. I knew that Carly did, but I didn't know Erin did as well. Holy smokes.
Carly has a condo now, and Erin has a house now.
Dude, can you imagine us getting on our Carly and Erin level, and we both get freaking houses that we buy? Holy crap. Can you imagine?
They're investing there.
I you know what? I just bought an old shirt from... from Scotty Sire, because I'm a big I saw he had a Depop, not sponsored, Depop, is that what it's called? And I'm going to pridefully wear my used Scotty Sire.
Formerly worn by Scotty Sire.
Yes, because
Scotty Sire.
I'm a champion. I'm an advocate of used clothing.
Saw
eBay.
Scotty Sire recording a song once in a recording studio, and then I came out and I was like, I was there for that.
Welcome back. Yeah, this really is our Vlog Squad update parallel podcast.
Everybody's like, David's podcast, Zane and Heath's podcast. It's all way better for this stuff. These guys aren't really like that close to them anyway. Like they probably haven't seen him in like a year because of everything going on. This is weird.
This is really weird. Yeah.
They're kind of like milking this fandom that's like not even necessarily interested in them. Like it's weird.
These people that we've known for an accumulated 6 minutes in our entire lives that we kind of saw at a music festival once. No, sweet boys and girls.
Yeah, Carly and Erin were not really home that often. So
The videos you would send me of them scream.
but this,
One time you sent me a video.
I'm not trying to expose my roomies, but
No, you'd be exposing them for being joyful.
I think I sent. There was one. There's one.
It was one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, Erin was in her room. Well, no.
It's okay.
Oh wait, I'm trying to remember what it was specifically.
She had.
It was something specific. No, but do you know what the thing was?
She had found out about Palm Springs, I think.
I don't think it was Palm Springs.
It was someplace like that, like a close to California.
Or was it
kind of
wine country?
it was a place close to California.
It was like the ultimate reasoning behind the blood curdling scream at 8 a.m. was because she found out the proximity, like to her. Like you know what I'm trying? She found out that some place was close to where she lived. It was like 2 hours away. She realized, she could just drive there. So she screamed.
like a blood curdling scream. Like she was getting murdered. It was the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, there's no way I still.
But it was a scream of joy, and it was just really.
Well, the reason, actually, I think I did put that on Snapchat at the time, which I don't even know if I have my Snapchat login.
Oh, but Snapchat, yeah. Oh my gosh, I know
is,
that's something that people still use, but I have an open mind in billions of years.
Point is,
yeah.
Wrapping it around. Yeah, Erin used to. She was like answering like phones and stuff like that in a room. Now she's got a house and she's a YouTuber. Look at that.
Congratulations to Carly and Erin, Carly. What is happening? Andrew, weddings. So
yeah, for anybody who is super like, okay, I'm gonna give this episode a chance.
Yeah,
because I like the conversation about this whole wedding thing, and then
we betrayed you.
Who experienced this like 25-minute deviation down like the most kind of just aimless conversational loop. I'm sorry, but you know what? We're gonna lock it down and.
And then we can call the podcast something like our wedding day, something really, something like this. Listen, Andrew. First of all, I'm proud of you for wearing the yellow again. Look at how nice he looks in yellow.
I brought a blue like jacket.
I brought a blue shirt.
Let's stay on track here.
Okay.
I think we've used all of our off-track coins.
No more of it. So listen, I am going to get a rabbit someday. I'm just closing up things.
Hydration reminder number 2.
Yes. I actually have run out of coffee. And I'm trying to think if there's anything that we. No, I'll take a little.
Open up your mouth.
I'll have a little sip if I'm being honest. I do want to ask you just to close up where I was going, where we started on the weird vlog squad offshoot of this podcast. But I do want to ask you, how do you feel about physical interactions? Are you kind of like, I hate handshakes, I hate hugs? Because I've seen people be like, if that's something that we lose, post pandemic, then I'm okay with that because I hated that stuff. I personally don't hate that stuff. I think it's nice and it feels good. Do you? Although I don't know what to do with the cheek kiss thing that some people in LA do, like when they do like the cheek.
I don't think I've ever been around that before.
I have, and it's just you just have to sit there and go it's usually really sweet people who do it, but you're just like, I don't know what this is.
As far as that goes,
yeah.
The only upside of that, and the only time I'm like, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
And this has only happened like twice. If out to dinner with a guy friend who has a new girlfriend who I meet.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning of the interaction, I shake her hand because it seems appropriate.
Yeah.
And then after 3 hours of conversing.
Yeah.
There's a very specific hug that I have to give those people.
Interesting.
It's like a side one arm thing. And
because it's the girlfriend of the guy.
Because it just seems like I'm like I can't shake this girl's hand. It's like seems weirdly sterile. And even with the guy friend, I'm usually giving them like a handshake hug situation.
Yeah.
Imagine me giving like a handshake hug situation to the guy, turning to his girlfriend and then giving her a handshake.
It's very nice to have made your acquaintance.
So there is a little bit of a learning kind of formality when it comes to certain specific situations. With that being said, no, I love me an embracing physical hello, a good specific handshake. Although sometimes you don't know if when you're giving people that like kind of high five handshake, if they're going to do the thing where they kind of bend their fingers inward to do the kind of like locking mechanism with the hands.
Yeah.
That's a little funny because sometimes you go to do that and then the other person doesn't. It kind of slips away.
Yeah, it's a
you
whole
can
disaster.
usually gauge the type of person that wouldn't do that.
A little quick tip: if handshakes ever come back, it's pretty funny just to get on top of that. When handshakes go wrong, just be like, "This sucks." That's seriously what I do when that happens. I'm like, "Oh, we messed this up," and then it's just like a funny moment because it's not awkward when you just say, "What have we done?"
I really like when I have a really nice conversation with somebody.
Oh.
I like when I'm done with the interaction with them, really going in to shake their hand very like pridefully. I am glad that you spent time with me and you spoke to me. Like I like that. I like kind of locking it down, being like, yes, that was nice. There you go. Here's my hand. I want you to know that I appreciated it.
What a lovely.
I'm gonna have to come up with something else. Maybe it'll be like a little dance.
Whoa.
Like a little.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. Look at him go. Oh, do a little more. Oh, keep going.
It's like I'm trying to incorporate hitting the whip, hitting the whoa with a wave or something.
Yeah.
And as I'm doing it, I hate it so much, and I hate that I did it, and I'll never do it again. And I want you to just distract me from the fact that I did it.
I adored it. I will say though, in defense of handshakes, if anyone out there is like, "Oh yeah, I really hate that," I want to speak to play devil's advocate a little bit, because I really love handshakes. I think in a world of screens and digital and this and distraction and all that, handshakes are such a nice old world, lovely analog physical thing. Handshakes, hugs, physical interaction like that, I think is a nice thing that's to be respected and kind of seen for what it is, especially in the new world. So I personally listen. If they go the way of the dodo and they're extinct handshakes, all right, it is what it is. But I hope that they don't.
It's circumstantial closure, right? Like if you have a nice interaction with somebody, giving them a hug or like giving them a handshake, it's like it's signed, sealed, and delivered.
Oh,
we had a nice conversation. You have a disagreement with somebody, giving them a hug. It's done. It's solved.
Yes.
It's like sealant. What is sealant? Why did I just say that?
Sealant is something you put on wood. Weddings, weddings, Andrew.
I'm like, we would have had a much more successful podcast.
Yeah,
we just went with the weddings, or maybe we never get to it this episode and we do it next episode because realistically speaking, I don't feel like at this point in the episode. There's any coming back from this.
Oh no, we're
part of me wants to be like, let's throw the baby out with the bathwater. Is that even an okay thing to say?
I think that's an okay thing to say.
I hate saying it.
Why? It is kind of interesting. I know what that phrase means. It means like don't.
No, I know what it means.
Yeah, okay,
I don't know why anybody, when they were coming up with what analogy to pair with that phrase, decided to use that idea of the baby.
Weddings.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's try to revive the rest of this podcast.
I know how I feel about this. I thought a lot about it, and I if you want to,
we're doing the reverse.
What do you mean?
I thought. No, listen.
No. I want to know first.
It's completely my fault.
Yeah,
I think. Well, I'll take partial credit.
What do you mean?
Partially my fault that we got off track. Are you a lizard over there? What's going on?
Yeah. I was just thinking about my tongue and how it's funny to stick it out sometimes. Like that.
God. I wonder anybody who wants to sponsor the podcast.
No, we're not getting any sponsors.
No. But they're like, listen, we possibly might be interested. We're just going to go ahead and watch an episode.
And we go, no. No, don't.
We'll just do this last one. Number 9.
No, stop.
Let's see. Okay. Interesting. Let's skip it. This is get a little strange. I'm going to skip forward a little bit. Oh, they're talking about weddings.
Yeah.
Okay, this is it. Okay, they're getting off track.
I'll do the audio.
Skip
when you're
a little
skipping.
forward here.
I think I'm going to get a rabbit. I think that maybe
skip forward a little bit. I want to get back to the wedding conversation.
A rubber ring. Why would someone wear a rubber ring? Metal. How about that?
Going to go forward a little bit. I was interested in what their perspective of weddings was. It seemed like a nice topical
I think that
idea.
David Dobrik was the last person that I hugged.
Okay, I don't know if I clicked on a different video. What's happening now?
I'm going to wear one of Scotty Sire's old shirts. Okay. Weddings.
And Erin was screaming.
I stand my roommates.
Oh.
I've had so many roommates in the past.
I just wanted to make it. I want to make it. I want to make sure.
Yeah.
That nobody interpreted that as me being annoyed by them. If anything, it was. It was the most specific version of what's the word?
Adoring, loving your roommates.
So maybe it was a comforting element because she wanted to make sure that I knew that there was someone else.
Yeah.
In the apartment.
Yeah. So she screamed.
Just
bloody
so
murder.
you know.
Listen, sweet boys, shade-free zone.
Well,
I know. I just love clarifying that because shade sucks.
Except unless I'm at a ball game. Let's just say 80-degree scorching sun when I'm on the third baseline isn't good for my tan. It doesn't make me even.
How do you feel about weddings? I do want to hear your take on it. Oh, look at coffee. Look at his coffee.
Before I get into maybe the reason why we had to postpone the wedding convo is because I wasn't in caffeine mode deep enough.
Oh.
Going deeper.
You ever heard of this movie called A Streetcar Named Desire? I watched it last night. Marvelous. I'm obsessed with Marlon Brando now, and it's sad to be obsessed with someone who's dead. Oh, here it goes. Doing Godfather? Is this Godfather? It's a bird?
Let me tell you something. I want you to know. You put on the family. I want to give you something. When I go to
GameStop?
I want to get. Hold on. I'm getting somewhere. I'm rapping in current events with the Marlon Brando impression.
It's great.
Give me a sec.
I want some stonks. I know, I hated it. I hated it. Andrew, we need this. Dude.
It's the worst impression.
No, I didn't even try. I didn't even try. I've only seen The Godfather once when I was like 13, which was a huge problem. Oh no.
You just sounded like a balloon deflating. Can't wait to cut that out.
No, yeah, this is just if you're listening to this, you have free will. You're doing this to yourself.
Jesus.
You do. I mean,
Weird,
you
hang
could
on.
stop. You could listen to Driver's License. I've not heard that song yet, but I know it's all the rage. But I hear it's. I actually have zero opinion about it because it could be the best song I've ever heard in my life, or not. I just don't know because I haven't heard it.
It'll be interesting to see how it ages because it's so saturated right now.
I
on
assume it
TikTok.
sounds like this.
It's like every other TikTok is about it or includes it or something.
Can I sing what I think it sounds like for you?
The song sounds nice.
Can I sing what I think it sounds like for you? Yeah, having never heard it. Driver's license. I got my driver's license. Getting in the car, putting in the keys. Got my little wallet. I got a driver's license. I got a driver's license.
It's actually,
I got a driver's license. I'm going
it's
60
different.
miles per hour.
Sounds different than
Going
that.
down the street, yeah.
More-
Going down the street, pedal to the metal, living
It's,
my life and I'm loving it. I got my driver's license, driver's license. I have
she's
got my
singing,
driver's
there's, like-
license, baby. Oh,
like
I
a
close the door.
ballad.
I put my seatbelt
like-
on. I got my driver's license. I drive so safe.
It's
I
slower.
stop at the stoplights. I got a stop sign, so I
It's
put on
not-
the brake. I got my driver's.
It's not
driver's
that
license.
literal. It's a little more. It's about like a story about a girl and a guy.
I put my groceries in the back. I got my driver's license and a test. Got a girl and a guy
It's
there in
not
the back. I got my friends
literally
in the
about
back,
her
and I'm
getting
going
her
down the
driver's
windows.
license.
I
It's
got a driver's license. I took the
kind
test.
of a-
I passed the test, and my mom was proud of me. She bought me a pizza because she's proud of me because I
It's about
got
a guy
my driver's
and her. It's
license. I got
like
a
a
boyfriend.
guy-
He's got his license. He took his test, and I met him at the DMV. Yeah.
Actually, more about like a girl's relationship with a guy.
And who wrote that song? What's her name?
I think her name's like Olivia Rodrigo.
And Olivia Rodrigo is shaking in her good boots.
Well, I don't know if that person even exists based on the fact that it's not even a real name. But
I'm really sorry that I've dismantled you and taken your throne. Because my version of driver's license is the superior version, and I hate to report it to you, but I've just got a record deal, and it's going to be coming out tomorrow. Oh,
yeah, it's just not about that. It's about some car or something. It's the guy in the white car, and then her, and then the guy who she was going to be with. But then now that she's got the license, even though the guy taught her how to get the license, now she's driving alone because the guy's another girl, and she drives around. She sees the place. Spoiler alert!
it doesn't go like I thought it did.
Your song.
Yeah.
Was basically like a weird audio version of what it's like to, in the most basic form, acquire a driver's license.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
more about
A relationship.
how her driver's license is a little piece of the puzzle in a bigger love story, and there's a lot of there's a verse. It sounds better than what you did. There's music.
She should do a prequel to that song and make it like I did, because people are gonna want to know how she got the driver's license.
You know what would be really cute?
What would be cute?
Is if she did a song called
Yeah.
Permit.
Oh, now that's fun.
And she's like, I got my permit.
Got my test drive.
Stop signs, driving with a parental guardian in the passenger seat because I got my permit.
Oh no! We tried so hard.
So all this equipment's being confiscated by somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who it's going to be.
Some government entity.
They probably have a division set up just to like figure out how they can come in here and basically like repossess all of this stuff.
For anyone, he just said something and it's making me think of WandaVision. I won't go down that tunnel right now, but if you're watching WandaVision and you're obsessed, I am with you, Andrew. You know what WandaVision is because there's a billboard outside your place of WandaVision, and I'm sorry I doxed you.
So,
weddings.
With that being said,
please. Okay.
We probably got another 30 minutes here. We'll lock it down, and we'll preface this with an apology again, saying sorry if you were interested in getting our perspective on weddings. But you know what? No,
I'm done apologizing.
No. That is the most self-indulgent thing I could have possibly said. Oh, if you were waiting to hear our opinion about something, we're sorry. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
No. I don't think anybody was, because why would they?
You see all these surfers on my shirt? I'm wearing a new shirt.
Bunch of surfers on my shirt. Sounds like me at Malibu.
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What that means.
You just pull out of that one.
Pull out of that one.
Pull out of that one. Sounds like me when I'm at Mickey's and it's 2 p.m. and the place is dead and I have to get out of there and I have to go over to the Abbey because the drinks are half off and the Jello shots are kicking and my favorite bartender's working there. His name is Jeremy. You should see his midriff.
Everybody can't be named Jeremy.
No, that's not true. I know Jeremy. Laura DIY's boyfriend is named Jeremy, and well, I don't think there's any other Jeremys.
Are we using anything that just happened?
Nope. If that made it in the podcast somehow, like,
I don't think that there is a way to use any of that.
You know what? What does it even mean? What we're doing? What's a podcast? Why are we speaking? We're just doing whatever we think we're doing, and we think that it's working, and we're glad that you're here. And let's talk about weddings. And I mean it, Andrew. Have you thought about weddings? Because I'm actually so curious about this. I feel like I've thought about the idea of a wedding and what it means my whole life. And I will say I've got a little bit of insight on this as a wedding DJ. I saw countless weddings. Some magical, some awful, some disgusting, some incredible.
You think this is working?
Oh yeah. No, it's I don't know. We're all
making sure you're okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Please, I mean it. I'll start if you don't want to.
You go ahead. We'll do the game backwards, or we'll do the segment. Yeah, pretending that we have segments after all of this. The segment in which you reveal your opinion about something, and then I reveal my opinion about something, and then we meet in the middle, and it's called Middle Ground.
Welcome to Middle Ground, where Andrew and I talk about something after like 37 minutes that we have no intention of talking about, never set out to, but here we are anyways. Middle Ground.
What just happened? There's been a noise that's been constant for the last hour, and it just like went away.
I feel that too. You're watching Andrew and I.
Oh,
actually.
it must have ended.
What?
The ceremony.
Oh,
it was probably just like the footsteps and like the subtle.
The congratulations, wins the baby, and then the little squirrel wife,
the rice throwing,
and then she goes, "Oh, mom," and she goes, "I'm just curious."
All of that I think created sort of a hum.
Yeah,
because it's on the roof,
and they were also squirrels, so they can't get that loud.
They probably got in in their respective cars. And
Andrew, instead of cans on the back of the car for the clinking, they just do little sewing thimbles. Oh God, I want a quesadilla. Sorry. I do. And when you said Jesus, I was thinking cheeses, because that's how many cheeses I'd put on my quesadilla. I don't know. Hey, Andrew, listen. Weddings. So I think that they're really interesting, and obviously they're a huge thing in general, right? And Valentine's Day is coming up. It's perfectly topical. People are sometimes during this pandemic, some people are getting engaged, some people are breaking up. It's a whole thing right now, relationships. And maybe next podcast we'll talk about our relationship with relationships and dating and stuff. That could be fun to actually be focused on that.
That'll be the episode right before Valentine's Day.
Okay. I love it. So this is a little a prequel to that conversation. But weddings are a big
Or is
thing.
it the sequel,
Andrew?
Before
I'm gonna freaking throw
Think
up.
about it. It's the wedding conversation, not the dating conversation.
That's true. Wedding music comes in. right as I say this, because I'm getting organized, I'm calm, I'm focused, and now I'm speaking with coherency. Nothing can get me off track.
You're kind of already rambling on past the
Nothing
point.
can get me off track. Weddings.
Don't.
You can wear my sweatshirt, baby. Sorry, I just took a little break because I needed some more coffee. And I found this in the fridge, Andrew. How old is this? When is this from?
Dude, no. Because there might be milk in there or something.
Oh, yeah, I see something clotted at the bottom.
Get rid of that, brother.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Get that. I just saved your life. There's coffee in the fridge probably from like 2 months ago that Garrett was just going to drink and not give a shit. Don't do it. I swear to, dude.
That tastes ancient.
Get a cup that I can pour some of my coffee.
I think I have one that I threw a couple episodes ago down here. Oh, no, I have a new one with ice in it. Andrew, give me some of your coffee.
That you had a bigger coffee than
Andrew,
me.
don't. It's not about semantics. Friends give each other their coffee. Give me your coffee. Give me just a little bit.
You sound like a problem right now. Also, give me the definition of semantics.
Semantics is the little details back and forth. Like when you're in an argument and you go, oh, let's not get caught up in the semantics, little tiny details. It's just the bigger picture here. And the bigger picture in this moment is you need to get your little fingers and open up that coffee and pour a little bit into my coffee cup because I'm your friend and, you know, I need a little something right now because you drink coffee slow and I drink it fast and you know that about me and thank you. Listen. Weddings are a big thing here in the States. I love the idea of a very untraditional wedding. One day, I'm sure I will do some form of marriage. What I'm talking about here is I have always thought since I was a little kid that when I get married, when I have a wedding, when I meet that special person and I go, all right, it's time for this, I just want to do basically like the dopest dinner party ever. I want to rent like a really cool old mansion or something, right? And just have like a weekend where people, they're welcome to come and stay and there's like a bunch of guest rooms and it's like some crazy like 17 room kind of like mansion thing, right? And everyone like vibes everywhere and there's cool little bars set up everywhere and there's like dinner nights and
that's
stuff
cool.
and we all hang out. But I'm talking like there's like Japanese, you know, sushi chefs there and stuff and like really, really, really sick like a whiskey den and stuff. It's not some drab. I don't want to call it drab because I've been to lovely, lovely, lovely traditional weddings. No,
Everybody who's gotten married is offended.
No. Listen, I've seen some beautiful like, you know, weddings that have made me shed a tear that are so traditional and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't think it's my thing. I think I would just want to have basically a really cool dinner party. But I know it depends on the person too, because maybe I'll get with someone who wants something that aligns with more traditional, and I go, hey, you know what? I don't care. I love you. Whatever's important to you. Or maybe I'll get with someone who's more doesn't care than me, and I'll be like, all right, cool. Then we're just gonna have like rent out like a movie theater or something. Yeah. I don't know. I my friend Colleen Evanson, who's wonderful, and she's a writer on DuckTales. Whoa. I know. She's a rock star. I love her so much.
I'm not yawning because of Colleen or DuckTales. I was just yawning because you took all my coffee.
Oh, yes, I know. I'm sorry. It's not all your coffee, just a little bit, Andrew, and you shared. God bless you. But no, she had an untraditional wedding, Andrew. They had R2-D2 that like delivered their rings. It was at this really cool sort of old mansion. It was like catered with a burrito truck and stuff, and it was just awesome.
Wait, I thought R2-D2 was fake.
No, like he's
I
like
thought that was a character in a movie.
no, it's like weird. Like he like came in and like Luke Skywalker came in and he had like a lightsaber and people got like a little like nervous, but they just asked him to leave and then like Darth Vader showed up and it was like kind of creepy.
Stop listening, please. We're begging you. We're begging you. Click away. No, but that's my take. That's my take. I like an untraditional wedding. I want to have hire like a New Orleans jazz band.
So let me get this straight.
And there's like a
New Orleans jazz band
Yes.
in a haunted house with Japanese sous chefs all around.
Yes.
And everybody's staying in the weekend in a 17-room mansion.
Yes, and there's a basement, and my favorite musician, James Blake, he's going to be DJing that down there one night, and it's going to be like just, dude, you can just go down there. It's like dark as hell, and it's just like, just like drum and bass shit. It's like, yeah, oh my God, oh yeah, and it's just like down there, just like, oh, this just sounds like great. Just like go down there, oh. But I think that's what I want to do for a wedding. What do you want to do? Oh, wait, there's ghosts. I mentioned that it's probably a haunted mansion too. Oh, and the ghosts are invited. They have chairs and they have little tables and even put out placements for like they can have like little shrimps and stuff.
You said that.
Oh, wonderful.
And I get it.
Yes. What about you, Andrew? What are you gonna do? Okay, here's the situation. You meet a lovely gal, and she goes, you know what? Weddings aren't that important to me. I just want to do something fun. What do you think we should do? She's like so chill about it, and you go, okay. So we figure this out together. What do you say to that?
Okay. Here's the thing. Wind up guy. Weddings. It was hyper podcast mode right now. Weddings. Weddings. Everybody's talking about it.
So it's a pretty traditional structure, but
Tell me about Andrew. I want to know, and maybe someone listening wants to know. What do you think about weddings? What would you do if it was up to you? Let us go into the mind of Andrew Sawicki. What's his wedding look like? Oh my gosh. Maybe who you marry is going to be someone listening to this podcast. I'm not kidding. Maybe who I marry is going to be someone listening to this podcast. You never know. Whoa.
You're right. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's their twins. They're unidentical twins.
How fun is that? And then we're all technically family. Oh, then you're like, get to call you something like a brother-in-law or something, and then we freaking have the Whiteside cabin and we go skiing in 2027.
Skiing could be cool.
Yeah, but I can't ski, so I just hang out in the lounge and drink. One time, my brother took me snowboarding, Andrew.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it was awful. They had to like carry me down the mountain in like this thing, and I fell over, and it was like a huge disaster.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I went. Yeah, I went skiing once. My dad got a concussion, never been back.
Oh, hey, yeah, don't put something slick underneath my feet that makes me not able to walk. I'll just walk through the snow. Thank you so much. Take your weird board out from underneath my feet.
It's just that's the whole fun part of it, is that you're sliding around.
And Andrew, I love fun. Celebrations, cakes, having a good time, snow sledding, but snowboarding.
Standing up. You don't want to be standing up on the snow.
Listen, I love snow activities. I'll throw a snowball. I'll build a snowman. I'll do a snow angel. I'll probably do 4. Right next to each other, sort of holding hands. But I will not. No, skiing and snowboarding.
Snowboarding sounds very difficult. Anyway.
Weddings. What would you do?
Okay, here we go. Let me try to, it's one of those things where this is an opinion probably very subject to change. I also, up until this very second, don't know what my opinion about weddings is.
Are you serious? You've never thought about it?
I'm thinking about it
When you were
right
1
now.
years old, you weren't like, what's my wedding going to be like?
Jesus. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Don't throw that over there. There's too much shit. There's like a bunch of liquid in there, actually. Throw it over there. Why do you do this?
Weddings, Andrew.
Why do you do this?
What's yours like?
You're going to have to clean that up.
I'll clean it up.
Yeah, right.
Well, Andrew, I couldn't hold it. It was making sounds.
Could have just set it down next to
No, you don't know. There's plenty of stuff over there. It would have toppled over.
And then what? It would have been the exact same situation that you're in, other than throwing it.
How could we obliterate our existence on the internet completely?
How do we obliterate our existence on the internet? Sounds like me looking at the settings on Facebook after my trip to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, let's just say I hope my boss doesn't look at my profile. Thanks, Jeremy, but apparently 5 Cosmos is too many. Ooh, I think it's going to rain outside.
It's been raining.
Oh, I love rain.
Okay. All right. When it comes to weddings, in all seriousness, if I drop my shoulders and I open up my mind to what I actually feel about it, I think I don't have the answer for you, because I don't think until I meet somebody who elicits the interest of marriage within me, will I then have a following emotional perspective on what it means to marry that person. I feel like the idea of me saying, oh, I want this type of wedding or this type of wedding before I even meet the person that I'm having the wedding with almost doesn't make any sense. Just because who knows what the vibe is going to be? Who knows what that person's aura elicits inside of me? It may be like, oh, we would never have a big wedding ever. Or I would just be like, oh, I'm just, for some reason, I really want that. I will say I feel as if the big weddings, like the real charade where you're racking up a crazy bill that's like $50,000, I don't know if I like that idea just in principle, because it kind of seems like
it distracts.
It seems like a big production, and I guess I worry about the idea of glorifying the ceremony more than what's actually happening.
Yeah. Is there a favorite wedding you've ever been to?
I honestly have enjoyed pretty much all the weddings that I've gone to. I will say a wedding did result in me basically needing to nix vodka from my repertoire of alcohol that we'll ever drink in my life.
You had a night that ruined both vodka and lobster for you, I think.
Hey, 2 words for you.
Hey.
Open and Bach.
Oh, hey, open bar. Sounds like I'll be there.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I go to this wedding, right? I go up to the bar, okay? Hey, I say, hey, let me get a whiskey Coke, okay? And they say, okay, that'll be $8. I say, oh, what do you think I am, a bank? What is this? Is this an open bar? They go, no. I go, I'm getting out of here. Hey, joke is, I didn't even know who was getting married. I just walked in.
Yeah.
I just heard a bunch of sounds happening in the church. I thought I'd walk in, you know? Hey.
In the church?
Yeah,
It's where they had the bar?
Yeah, that's where they got the bar.
That doesn't sound right. It's not even possible.
I love an open bar, though.
I would have a traditional big wedding / reception just so I could have an open bar for my friends and family, because nothing quite brings people together like an open bar.
Like an open bar.
Andrew, this year, I'm going to have such a Halloween party in my backyard, considering that everything's back to normal, which I think by October should be. But dude, I'm going to have such a Halloween party in my backyard, and I uploaded my video in time. So on my channel, there's a house tour that's called, I did, Andrew. What's that face for? What's that face for?
You said I was going to be up on Monday, and I got up on Tuesday.
Andrew, that is
The truth.
Oh my God! No, my video got up in time. My video got up before the last podcast. Point is that I showed my backyard in that. I have I'm going to have fog on the ground. I'm going to have a little mini cemetery. I'm going to hire a very attractive bartender.
It's going to be an open bar.
And there's going to be an open bar. And everyone's going to go, and they're going to have fun. And people are going to be in costumes. How fun. And I'll be playing haunted house music. And there'll be green lights everywhere.
Yeah.
And there'll be a scary movie playing. Oh my God, The Others is going to be playing, starring Nicole Kidman, my favorite 2001 film.
Yeah, we should watch that at some point. Now you've opened up this path. You opened up this path in my brain where now I'm a little bit hung up on the wedding thing, because I'm thinking about it.
Oh, yes, the wedding thing.
I feel like the more low key the wedding is, the happier the couple are. Now listen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's impossible to have a happy life post wedding if you have a crazy high production, high budget wedding.
No,
but
listen,
I am saying.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Whoa. You bring it around to the most concise, beautiful point. Everyone's just shedding tears in like 2 seconds.
I think all you really want is a memorable moment that can kind of create a separation in time mentally for you. And you can go, before that moment, we were just boyfriend and girlfriend. After that moment, we're married. So what that thing is, as long as it's fun and memorable, and I think, authentic to you and the person, I think that's all that matters. An intimate situation, something a little unorthodox, I think could be really fun. But yeah, you get yourself a little seaside brunch. You have somebody maybe goes, listen, I know this isn't a traditional wedding, but we're gonna have a little toast. I want to say something, tell a little story, give it a little anecdotal moment from when you were younger, and everybody goes, that was beautiful. And then everybody else says, I like that there was a little flair of a traditional wedding, but I'm glad that this whole thing wasn't marketed as such.
You bake that wonderful coconut cake recipe that Marion has on her fridge.
I will say, as far as having a bunch of people around, I mean, I don't know if everybody needs to see me get married. I think they'll believe me.
That's funny. Oh, so listen, I know my brother Randy, who you know, and Jessica.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They never had a traditional wedding ever. One of the most wonderful couples I know. They just went down to the courthouse one day and got married. My uncle Mike and Eric as well. They didn't have a wedding either. That's so funny. They didn't have a wedding of any kind, and they're like some of the greatest couples that I know.
When I hear that, and again, this is my very unseasoned, unexperienced, psyche, just generating these reactions.
Sure,
but that sounds nice to me. It just seems like really nice.
I think it's really cool. I think that when weddings are bad, it's because people just go like, oh, well, this is what we have to do. We have to go get the wedding DJ, and then we have to go to the cake place, and we have to get the dress.
That's a very good point. I think that is the underlying issue at hand. I think it's when you feel obligated to start filling the status quo up just completely mindlessly.
Yeah.
Anything in that direction is something that I don't think you want to do it for yourself. You don't want to be with somebody who does that. I don't go to weddings and experience that and go, oh my gosh, thank goodness they had that wedding. I go, I like this couple. They're great together. I love their vibe. I'm glad they're married.
Yeah.
I don't think that necessarily has anything to do with the stuff around that, really. I just don't.
I do hope that couples who go to get married, I would hope that they just make a conversation of it being between themselves and not like having it for someone else. Because I saw that a lot too of people, because we would have meetings with people before their weddings and be like, well, what do you want out of this? What's important?
Really? You were that woven into the process?
Yeah. It was super important. Oh, so many fun memories. Oh my God, so many fun memories, honestly. But the one thing that I was saying is that I do hope that the couple is able to sit down if they make that choice and go, what do we want? And let's be unflinching about that. If our mom or your dad or this person or your aunt says, oh, it has to be at this church because your grandma got married, I think it's so sick for the idea of being like, no. Hey, listen, family, we're inviting you to this thing. We want to do this thing. So you meet us in this forest or you meet us in this airplane hangar.
The thing, a forest, that's a good, you're really throwing the dice out there with Mother Nature, but I do like that idea.
Well, no, I've been to a forest wedding before and it was absolutely wonderful. Oh, it was wonderful. Oh, imagine getting married in the fall with leaves crunching under your feet.
I don't think I understand exactly when when people say, "Oh, I want a," and then insert month wedding.
Oh,
or, "I
you
want a-"
have to understand that though, because if you've ever been to a summer wedding, you know that it's hell. So I went to a wedding that was in Mexico once, and it was like a very, very, very muggy like summer wedding, and
Oh,
it was
I remember you talking about how like radically
It was the
overwhelming the
it was
vibe
now
was.
the ceremony was wonderful, but the setting was the closest thing to hell I can imagine because of the temperature.
Super humid.
Super humid, super horrible.
Sweating.
Everyone
Yeah.
was wearing their clothing and they were just drenched to the bone, soaking through the clothing, no escape. It was quite literally like being in the fourth layer of hell. And so I think that it's incredible the idea of a fall wedding or a winter wedding or something where people can get dressed up in layers and come to. But a fall wedding is.
We're also
lovely.
talking about getting a wedding outside, though.
Well, usually it's like the actual ceremony part is outside and then they go inside for the reception. That's like 80% of weddings, I feel.
I actually
Say
do
the
not
thousands.
think that I've ever been to a wedding that was outside.
Oh, really? Not even the ceremony part?
No.
Interesting. Well, I guess I just have so much exposure to weddings because of the job and also because I've just been to a lot.
Yeah. Dude, can you imagine if it just rained on your wedding day? It'd be crazy.
I've been to I've been to a wedding by the ocean, and it was a little bit weird because there were people like walking by in their like bathing suits.
Yeah, that is
that was
strange.
really funny, but it was chill. I don't know.
Yeah.
Boats freaking honking their horns.
I suppose if you're really religious, though, you would probably have to do a pretty traditional wedding.
Yeah, I've been to some. I was raised Mormon, so I've been to a lot of very religious weddings. What the are we talking about?
I don't know.
What have we done?
Well, it's nice to know that the wedding conversation wasn't that interesting.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. It probably wasn't. But I do like talking about weddings and I like thinking about it because I go, man, what's that going to be like someday? I do think about it. I
Call
do.
this episode "The Psychology of Weddings."
What we call it, weddings exposed, and it's in all caps. I want to make that thumbnail just for fun.
No, at the end of the day, though, I feel like I feel like my opinion about weddings is completely irrelevant. It's like when someone says, "How would you raise your kid?" or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll let
you know.
I'll let you know when I have a child.
my friend just had a baby. He named it Cambria. Her Cambria. I shouldn't say it, but he did name her Cambria.
That's a great name.
Cambria Rose.
I never heard that name before, and I
It's
like it.
Well, it's a gorgeous name, and it's funny because he always said that name in high school. He was like, "I'm gonna have a daughter someday and name her Cambria Rose," and by God, he did it. You have a baby name, Big Tal? Tell us your baby name. Give it.
You know, it's actually kind of funny. When I was 17, I remember thinking, "Oh, if I had a daughter, I would name her," and I swear to God, this is true, Ariana. But I
Whoa.
don't think I would do it anymore because Ariana Grande is exactly what things.
That's probably like the most popular name in the world right now.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, interesting. God. Oh, imagine a little boy named Atticus Cooper. Oh,
Is that your kid?
no, I just thought of it because I'm
Atticus-
obsessed with Gary Cooper and Atticus Finch. I have my eyes on some cufflinks on eBay right now that were apparently owned by Gary Cooper, but they're so expensive. And how do I know? How do I know that someone's not just putting cufflinks on the internet and saying they were owned by Gary Cooper? I would die for them, though. If they were actually worn by Gary Cooper, oof. I would have it's like a shrine.
All the Gary Cooper fans in the audience are
Does no one know who Gary Cooper is?
It's like a household name that I can't really put a face to.
Well, imagine the most handsome face you've ever seen in your
Which
life.
is like coming down off our caffeine bus.
Oh, I know.
It's like weirdly obvious, which is like, God,
Yeah, Andrew and I were like really buzz on caffeine. Now we're just like.
they could like weirdly realize that weddings are not that.
I think everyone thinks about weddings. One of the most sterile, awful weddings that I had ever been to, Andrew, was a really, really, really expensive wedding. It had to have been about $250,000 or so. It was absolutely
Dude,
insane.
it's like at that point.
No, dude, Andrew.
I'm assuming is it one of the what do you call one of the wedding people? Wait, what do you call it? The groom? Like what the hell?
I'm actually not sure what's happening.
What do you call the people getting married? Was it one of the?
Bride and groom?
Was it one of the parents of the wedding peoples?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's
Do you know
okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was the parents of the bride that I think were being really, 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 really into this particular wedding. Every single door, so they had a room for every single one of the bridesmaids, and every single door had gold leaf writing of the name of the bridesmaids on it. That an artist came in before and wrote on the door in actual gold their names on the doors.
Darling, we're not gonna have your bridesmaids just huddled together like some football team. Each gonna have their own room, and I want them Let me identify which room is theirs.
But how will they be able to tell which is theirs, darling?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a call to my calligraphist friend. He's gonna bring down gold writing.
Gerald, correct.
Have the gold. Yeah, Gerald just got a new import of some inks that he found off the Gulf Coast.
They're very correct. Well, my friend Marjorie just actually went to Egypt, and they found a very small supply of gold. So I was thinking, what we could do is perhaps we could have the gold written on each door.
Darling, when you walk down the aisle, what kind of music do you want to play? Surely we're not going to have somebody on the piano.
Surely
Surely we're not going to have somebody on one of those Yamaha pianos.
No, living in the, the back streets of London. No, surely we'll have the Philharmonic play.
That beautiful chalice, down the street. How much money?
Oh, you're thinking of Cynthia Nixon. Oh, my wonderful... Is that an actress from Sex and the City?
That Cynthia is a pretty penny, but guess what I have? Pretty penny.
Yes, you have a whole bank full of them, darling. Thank goodness for your dad and his oil business.
As far as the wedding cake, what are we thinking? Are they going to be made out of diamond?
No, I was thinking rubies, actually.
Spare the strawberries. We'll let the others have the...
The others? The worst people on the planet.
We won't include the strawberries. We'll let the people that go to the grocery store have those. We'll put the rubies on the
We should have several seahorses swimming around in the water cups.
I wonder if we can hire a choreographer and have the seahorses do a little dance.
Yes, I think they'll do a wonderful dance to Cynthia Nixon's wonderful cello.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if Cynthia can play the harp as well.
No. She has a friend named Maud that actually plays a wonderful harp.
I wonder if we get that soldier boy.
Soldier boy?
I always like that crank that.
Yes, he could crank that. Oh, man. My friend Pitbull from Miami could come down and do a number.
Mr. Trio Fat.
Oh. We're really sorry about this episode in general. What do we do? How do we get out of this? There's no getting out of this.
Listen, unless Jordan Peele comes in here, we're not getting out.
Oh, do your voice from Us.
The Dithering.
That's wonderful.
The Dithering. They put a girl that was in a tunnel.
You know what, dude?
What?
I've been going around my apartment.
Ooh.
I've been doing a lot of singing to myself.
What are you singing?
Just like random stuff. I'll just be singing while I'm peanut buttering up a rice cake or something.
Rice cake. You love to do that.
And I'm just like,
Did you get honey? You were out of honey.
I am out of honey.
You haven't
I need
gotten
to
it
get
yet?
honey. When I go to the grocery store, I like to get kind of the same stuff over and over
Well,
again.
you could have a little
get
category.
bread.
You could have a little category.
You need to get me my rice.
Semi-annual
You need to get me my
ingredients.
eggs.
And in the semi-annual ingredients
Cage-free,
section, you could put
the
some
brown
honey.
ones.
You don't have to get it every
Almond
time.
milk for my smoothies.
Oh, yes, that's
Frozen
wonderful.
berries. Only sometimes, though.
Oat milk, though, which is something that you could probably make on your own. Same thing with almond milk. The announcement: Andrew's starting his own milk business. His own almond milk business.
I'll be shipping them from my apartment. God.
What a mess. There's just
Shipping my own
gallons.
cheese.
Oh, man.
Yeah, anyway, singing a lot. Gotta start laying down some of these bars. Start laying down some of these melodies.
Oh, yeah. We got to make more music.
Word on the street is our current and only producer friend who knows how to record stuff, making an EP of his own. Bruce Wigner.
Bruce Wigner is going to get too big. He's going to get too big time for us. We're going to have to be like, Bruce, come on, make time for us.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be a friggin' billionaire probably making all this music. Probably making music for Celine Dion. Oh, I bet Celine Dion's taking a bath right now. Driver's license, I got my driver's license. Driver's license, driver's license.
Waited in line,
Got it now.
and I got in a car
Driver's license.
with a guy that was next to
My
me.
mom was there. Got my driver's license.
Throw up. I don't know what key you're in. I'm like trying to say, I don't know how to even start.
Yeah, we did.
If I just peed my pants right now.
If you did what?
Peed my pants.
Oh, yeah. I've done that before, actually.
I've been sitting cross-legged this whole episode.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my knees hurt bad.
I'm always doing weird. I'm always sitting weird.
Ow!
Andrew, let's go eat some sushi, brother.
My doctor said I need to be doing Pilates.
My doctor said nothing because I don't have one. You know that. I should have one. Oh, Andrew, doing yoga on a mountaintop. How fun would that be?
Hey, yoga on a mountain top with your girlfriend.
Rappers talk a lot about doing things with other boys' girlfriends.
Yeah, because it's a flex. It's like the ultimate. I got you. I'm better than you.
Do females talk a lot about? Female rappers talk a lot about being with a boy that is another girl's boy.
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, your man.
Oh yeah.
Your boy.
Oh yeah. I've heard stuff like Meg Thee Stallion talk about like I got your dad and stuff like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I just got very cold.
Yeah.
And I also have to pee.
And I've got a hankering for sushi that I need to fill.
Oh.
Andrew and I are going to treat ourselves to sushi tonight because we reached 500,000 subscribers, which feels like a nice a milestone. And thank you for listening because you're part of that, obviously. Although I suppose you could not be subscribed. And if you're not, you're the enemy. Just kidding. No, but we thought that'd be a nice thing to celebrate.
If you're not, welcome to the channel. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing?
Yeah, like if you're not subscribed, like you need to help us. We need you.
Andrew and I actually generally despise numbers or caring about them too much, but it is still a nice milestone, so we will celebrate that because that's worth celebrating.
Because any excuse to get sushi is an excuse that I love.
Andrew, that was nice. Thank you so much for listening to Sweet Boys Podcast.
It's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
To apologizing to the audience. It was a fun time.
Fun time.
Saying sorry for being off track, but we've learned that it's a waste of time. And it's hypocritical for you, because we'll do it again and again.
Oh, we'll do it
again and again. Again and again. Again and again.
Andrew.
We'll never stop.
Andrew.
Unlike the girl at the red light and the driver's license song.
She ran a red light and driver's license song?
I think she stopped at the red light.
But she didn't run it?
Wait, hold on. Everybody knows what part I'm talking about.
If she ran a red light, I'll tweet her and say, don't.
No. I don't think she says anything that she did at the red light. I think she says that
she was just stopped at a red light?
She just brought up the idea of red lights and stop signs, which is fair because if she was getting her driver's license during the test, I'm sure she encountered those. Going back to the song that we made earlier about the weird reverse right-hand turn, there are plenty of things that you have to do to get your driver's license, so it makes sense that she did that.
Well, my leg is heavy because I'm lifting it right now. Oh, this could actually, people don't need weights. They could just lift up their own legs by their shoelaces.
There's also like other ways to, substitute weights. But yeah, if you want to do that weird thing where you're probably like weirdly tearing a muscle in your femur and like your quadricep muscles, like
I feel like I'm getting really buff right now. Actually, Chris Hemsworth, watch your back.
If you got up and immediately like just like, fell down because your leg was like spasming, and your doctor was like, "Well, like
I don't have a doctor, remember."
The person at the urgent care center goes, yeah, I mean, it's really weird. I mean, the only way that something like this would happen, you'd have to be like, I know that you didn't do this, but you'd have to be like putting your leg on your knee and like grabbing your ankle or a shoestring and like going up and down over and over again.
But only a stupid idiot would do that. So surely you. And then I go, well, and she goes, oh. Thank you for listening to Sweet Boys episode 9. Are you serious, Andrew? Episode 9?
There's been 9 episodes.
How'd that happen? I don't remember one of them. I do. I'm just kidding. I do.
Andrew. I do.
Oh.
And that's
the wedding.
What happens at the weddings. Sometimes we like try to condescendingly end the episode to convince the audience that it all made sense. And that's what happens.
Okay, you guys remember that? It's called remembering. You use it with your brain. Okay, yeah.
It makes no sense.
This is your favorite podcast.
Tell your friends.
You love to see it. Send tweet. I said what I said.
Not me getting off track again.
Not us doing a wedding episode.
Not 2 single people doing a wedding episode.
Oh, man. Not us ending the podcast and getting sushi. Say it, Andrew.
No, I will. We will be.
All right. Okay. Say it. Come on.
Listen, we should do appreciate all 500,000 people who have literally subscribed to this. It means a lot, and we do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we're excited to continue on expressing ideas and thoughts that you probably would be better off not having to be subjected to every single week. And until the next time we do it, be sweet.
And see you next week.
Sushi time!